there, Anna. Today's recipe is squash and red lentil curry. Sounds good, doesn't it? Okay, so here's what we need. We need some canola oil. I'm gonna need some diced onion. Actually, I need 1.5 cups, and this isn't gonna be enough, but I have more. And garlic. And then I'm gonna need curry powder, or I'm going to use what I always use when I need curry powder, which is a combination, of Garam Masala, which I make myself, and turmeric, equal amounts. Makes a good curry. But if you have curry powder, you can use that. Okay, so I'm going to use a fresh butternut squash, or some of it. I need about 5 cups or 20 ounces. You can buy it, I don't know if you can buy it frozen. You can buy it in the bag in the supermarket, and that would be easier. But I have that, and I need to use it. And we've got red lentils, and these they're kind of different from the ones we're used to, the brown ones or the green ones. They're small, and I can't show you very well. Here, red lentils. They're good. Okay, what else do I need? Red lentils. I need some fresh tomato, and you can use canned. I'm going to use fresh. Let's see. And then salt and water. Oh, and this is a low-cal recipe for me. And but you don't have to have low-cal. I'm going to use this light coconut milk. I think Marty got this at Target. There's that coconut milk. And then some cilantro. This is optional, but I love cilantro, so I'm going to use it. So you're supposed to I guess this goes on top at the end, and you're supposed to serve it with lime wedges. Well, I juiced all my limes, so I do have some lime juice. Maybe I'll just sprinkle a little bit. Oh, and I'm supposed to have some ginger, and I'm out of ginger. But this is pretty cool. Pinsy's minced ginger. So I'm going to use this instead of fresh ginger. And I think that's all. So this is going to be pretty fast. It should cook in 40 minutes, start to finish. Hope that's true. So I'm going to start off by preparing my squash. And to do that, I'm going to poke it with a fork all over, and then microwave it for, I don't know, 1.5 minutes, just to kind of soften the outside so I can easily peel it, because this is kind of hard to peel. Anyway, I'll do that, and we'll see what's next. Okay, 1.5 minutes in the microwave, and let's see if that helped. So I'm going to cut off the end. And I'm just going to do it like this. Anyway, you get the idea. Okay, that wasn't bad. I like doing this part, because there's no seeds in this part, so it cuts really easily. So I'm just gonna cut it in half and cut it I'm gonna cut it in about 3/4 to 1 inch cubes. Something like that. I don't want them too big. Oh, that was definitely under 1. So I'm going to do it also this way. And if you buy it already cubed, you don't have to worry about this. So I needed 5 cups. Actually, I need 20 ounces, but my scale has, the battery has gone dead. It uses these expensive lithium batteries, and they don't last very long. So I've ordered myself a new one that charges with a USB. Can't wait. So I don't have a scale today, so I can't weigh 20 ounces. So I have to measure 5 cups. That's okay. Okay. Yeah, weighing it would be a lot better. Anyway, that was one. Tell you what, I'm going to keep doing this, but you don't have to keep watching. So I got 3 cups out of the, whoa, flying squash. 3 cups out of the neck of the squash. Now I have this other part, and I don't need it all, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the rest, but I need some of it, so I'm going to cut off the end. Whoops. Okay. And I'm going to peel it just like I did the other part. A little bit more difficult since it's more rounded, but I can do it. And you can too. Okay, all peeled. There we go. So now, this is the part with the seeds. So, I'm going to cut it in half. And I'm going to use a spoon to dig those seeds out. I'm just going to scrape the bowl, as it were, to loosen the seeds. And it looks like the membrane is coming out pretty well too. Okay, so I'm going to discard this and do this with the other piece too. Okay, done that. I'm going to go ahead and cut the whole thing up, even though I only need 2 more cups. And I've decided I'm going to get a freezer bag and put the cubes that I don't use tonight in the freezer bag and stick them in the freezer until I figure out what I want to do with them. It's just the easiest way to handle it. So, just keep on with the cutting. This is a little easier since it's, you know, got that hollow area. This part's really easy. Okay, I'm going to continue till I've taken care of the squash. Okay, I set aside the squash, and now I'm going to chop about 1.5 cups of onion. I don't think I'm going to measure it. Right. So you remember that little trick I showed you where you just barely cut the root end so it holds it all together? And then you peel it much easier this way. I don't remember which video I showed you on, but that does kind of make this job a little bit easier. I was tempted to pull out the food processor, but geez, this is all I have to cut up, so So I'll do it by hand. And this gives me something to hold on to. You know what? Oh, I don't know. I want to do it this way. Okay. So, phooey. So I'm going to chop this, you know, like I do. The end part I'm going to have to cut all the way through. Whatever. And I'm going to be very careful so I don't get cut like I did that other time. Okay, that wasn't very professionally done, but I'm not a professional, so whatever. Okay, that, you know what? Oh, I think this is going to be about a cup. I mean, yeah, and I need a cup and a half. So I'm going to need a little bit more of that other one, that other onion. No, I'm not liking this. Whatever. Looks like I have a fear of onions. Okay, I think that's a cup. So I'm going to just cut off a side. Of this one. Ah, man. Okay. Yeah. This should do. Feel free to fast forward in these moments when I'm just chopping or whatever. Strong onion. It's about to make me cry. Okay. I think that's about a cup and a half. So now what we're going to do is come over here to my Dutch oven, which is right there. Going to put in a couple of tablespoons of canola oil. And heat it up. And I'm going to do it with the lid on so it happens faster. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this in. Even though it's not extremely hot, that's all right. Because I still have to get some garlic mashed. So I'm going to turn that down to like a medium. And let's go mash some garlic. I need 2 cloves. It's not very much. Oh, yuck. So this is technically 3, but they're pretty small. That's got a yucky spot. I did buy this from the Asian market, so I need to get busy and peel those. but not today. So, gonna use our garlic masher. Okay. Yep, I'm hearing the oven cooking. Oh, actually, I'm also hearing the rice cooker cooking. So this recipe appears to be sort of a soup, but Marty's gonna have some rice, put it on the rice. I have a feeling that's gonna be maybe better than soup. So, I got my ginger handy. I got my garlic, and I'm coming over here because I need to put both in the pot. Let's do the garlic first. Remember, when you use this, I know you have one because I gave you one for Christmas. When you use this, you're going to want to put it right in water because these little bits that cling, if you let them dry, I don't know, it'd be really hard to get them off. So, I'm going to do that. In the water with you. And the ginger, I'm supposed to have a tablespoon of minced ginger. So I'm going to put about a half tablespoon because this is going to enlarge. Yes, I do love ginger. You know what? I just thought it would be a good idea to crunch it around with a mortar and pestle first. So that's what I'm going to do. Just crunch it around, see if this works. I've never done this before with ginger. But why not? All right, that's a little bit broken up. Okay. Yeah. We're also going to add our curry powder, so that'll be a teaspoonful of curry powder, or in my case, about a half teaspoon garam masala, a half teaspoon of turmeric. Now you're going to start having some really good smells. Oh, so wonderful. Pretty too. I should have done this first. I turned the onions down to like a medium low because I'm going to need to add the tomato pretty soon. So I need to get it chopped. And you know what? I could have done this in the food processor. I didn't think about chopping up the tomatoes. Oh well. I'll do it by hand. And I'm not gonna make it too tiny. You know, maybe 1/2-inch cubes or so. Or do it in the food processor. And I need a cup of tomatoes. So I think these 2 tomatoes, which are really kind of small, is going to make a good amount. Maybe a little more than a cup, but not much more. Okay. I'll cut them up and show you. Okay, I just cut up 1 tomato and it looks really close to 1 cup. So I'm going to go with it. So this has been cooking for just a couple of minutes. And that's all you need, just a couple of minutes. Now I'm going to put in my squash. And lentils, a couple lentils. And I didn't bother to wash these because they're going to degrade pretty quickly. There's that. And I need to add some salt. It calls for 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Oh my gosh, that sounds like so much. I think I'm going to try 1 to start with, 1 teaspoon, which to me seems like a lot. I'm not worried too much about salt because, you know, usually I hold back on the salt because of the broth, but this doesn't have the broth in it. So here I'm going to go with a teaspoonful. See if I need to add it later. I'm just going to cook that for a minute. Probably been a minute. And then I got to add some water. 4 cups of water. Right. Okay. Okay, here's my 4 cups of water. Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to stir that up a little bit, and then I'm going to cover it and bring it to a boil, which means I got to turn the temperature up. I'm going to do like a medium-high. This burner is very hot. It's a big burner, so medium-high for me might be high for you. So do what you need to do. Just bring it to a boil. Whoops. I almost forgot the tomatoes. Holy mackerel. Get those tomatoes in there. Okay. And I'm going to turn this up to high. You know, I want it to boil. It is now boiling. I'm going to stir it a little bit. So now I'm going to put the lid on. Turn the temperature down to like a medium-low and set the timer for 20 minutes. So we're going to simmer it. We want it just to simmer for 20 minutes or until the lentils are breaking down and the squash is tender done. So we'll check it in 20 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm going to be cutting some cilantro. I think I forgot to tell you that you should stir this thing every so often, you know, not constantly, but every now and then go stir it. Those lentils like to glue themselves to the bottom, and you've got to not let them do that. It's been 20 minutes. Let's check and see if it's done. Okay, so the lentils aren't sticking anymore, which means they're hydrated. Let's get a fork and check some squash. Yep, that feels done to me. Yep, ready. Okay, not ready to eat. Ready to add the coconut milk. Did you forget it? What I'm surprised at is that this top part is solid, like in regular fat coconut milk, and this is low fat. So all we're going to do is we're going to put this in and cook that for a minute or so, just until the coconut milk is warm or hot and melted. There we go. And that's it. So serve it with lime wedges so people can, you know, add some lime if they want to. And put some cilantro on top. Oh, you know what we need to do? I need to taste it. See if I need anything. Guess what? It needs a little salt. Not much though. That's tasty. Wow, I can't believe it's going to need more salt. All right, it said a teaspoon and a half, and I added a teaspoon, so I'm just going to add another half. Funny. Okay, so I'm just going to heat it up until it's all hot, and I'm going to have my dinner. Catch you later. Anna, I have to add a PS here. I made the dish last night, and after I finished cleaning up and had dinner and everything, I noticed that my left hand, the fingertips felt numb and really dry. And I looked at them, and they looked like they were about to crack and bleed, but they weren't sore. It was really weird. It was like I had glue on them or something. So I did some thinking, and I thought, I held that squash in my hand, in my left hand, this hand, and cut with my right, and I just wonder if there was something about that squash that messed up my fingers. They're better today, quite a bit better, but look. Maybe you can't see. Anyway, so I did some research, and I discovered that, yeah, there is a substance, a sticky substance between the peel and the meat of the squash that can get on your fingers, and it is like glue. So the recommendation is either wear a glove on your hand that's holding the squash, and that's mostly when you're peeling it. Or you could just hold it with a towel, a kitchen towel or something. Just try to avoid getting that stuff on your fingers. It will eventually wash off, and between washing and moisturizing, you should be able to get it off. But I wanted to give you a little heads up on that. Otherwise, it was really a delicious dish.